Hello, everyone. Happy Friday and welcome back to Healing from Toxic. On today's video, I'm going to talk about how to cut a soul tie. And before I start on giving you guys these tips, let me give a quick definition of what a soul tie is for those of you who may not know. Of course, I'm thinking if you clicked on this video, you should already know, but I'm going to give you my definition of what a soul tie is because I know a lot of people have different meanings to this. To me, a soul tie is a spiritual connection that you have with this other person, okay? It's like your body and your mind have taken a screenshot of the feelings that this person gives you. When you are intimate with this person, your body goes under this, I don't want to say spell, but it's almost like the acknowledgement. It's not a spell. It feels like it, but it's like an acknowledgement that, oh my God, your antennas are like, this is my person. I feel something with this person that I have never felt with anybody else. That's what it means to me. A screenshot, the acknowledgement, once you're intimate with this person, that you have never been this connected, this attracted, this excited, this high. It's like a high. It's an ecstasy that you get being around this person. Their energy is different. Their voice is so unique and enticing. Everything about this person is different from anybody else. Some people who have a soul tie with their significant other or their past lovers, because sometimes you don't end up with these people, you have a connection so strong that you sense when they're thinking about you. You feel them desiring you. You feel them, and I'm sorry that I have to say this, a little bit intimate. You feel them sometimes, please don't think I'm crazy, even touching themselves and thinking about you. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but if you have that connection, you know what I'm talking about because it's like you're calling for each other, you're needing each other. That is how strong and how powerful these soul ties are. Even though you guys can be states away, countries away, you feel each other, thinking about each other. You may sense if they're going through something, if they're like facing some troubles, if they're facing something, some difficulty in their life, you may sense it. You may want to reach out to them because you feel what they're going through. This might sound a little crazy, but for those of you who have experienced, you know what I'm talking about. So that is what a soul tie means to me. It's a unique connection, addiction, because you feel like you need this person. You feel like it's difficult for you to live without this person. It's really an addiction. It's an addiction, it's a desire for this person. It's a need to be around them. It's a need to be part of their lives. Ultimately, it's a connection and an addiction because you feel like this is your soulmate, your twin flame. There's a lot of names out there that are being thrown lately. Eventually, I will do a video on twin flames and soulmates, okay? So I wanted to get that out of the way. I'm sorry that I gave such a long explanation, but I just wanted to make it clear, okay? So that's what a soul tie is, a spiritual connection between two people, and you guys, can connect. There's a name for it, telepathy. You connect in a telepathic way. It's that deep connection, that strong connection. That's what it is. So now that I got that out of the way, let's dive into how to cut these connections. And of course, the people that are interested in this video and how to cut this connection is because it's toxic. Because if you're happy and you're with this person or the connection, didn't work out, but I guess even if it didn't work out and they were a good person, If it didn't work out, you're still hurting. Either way, whether they're toxic or not, if you guys are not together and it's hurting you, or even if you are together and you need to cut the cord, this is the video for you. And I know how important it is to try to figure this out, because being connected to a person that you're no longer with, or perhaps you're trying to get away from this person, you're with them or you're trying to get away, it's very difficult. It's very difficult when you love another person so much and you feel like it's so hard to get away. And it is very hard because there's nobody else that has given you these feelings, these emotions, and you feel like, they're my person. I need this person. How can I do it? How can I do it? Well, I'm going to tell you how to cut this cord, okay? And I'm sorry that I talk so much, but I needed to get these things out. I'm so sorry. I know I talk a lot sometimes. And like I said, this video is going to be a long video because I have a lot to say when it comes down to these things, because I've experienced it, I've lived it. I was able to cut ties with one person that I had a soul tie with. Thank God. It took me some time, but I was able to do it. And I'm in the process of cutting another soul tie with somebody else. I've only had to go through this 2 times, and I'm hoping the next soul tie that I have would be with my divine partner, the person that's going to do life with me and stay with me and not be annoyed by me. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's get to it. So, the number one tip, the number one thing that you have to do when trying to cut a soul tie with a person, and it seems very simple, but it's really not, is to make the decision. The number one step is to make that choice. And that's a very difficult choice to make when you are deeply in love with somebody, when you are so connected to somebody. Very difficult. But that's the first step, making the decision. Realizing that, yes, I adore this person. Yes, I feel like I need this person in my life. Yes, I acknowledge that no one has given me this feeling before him or her, but I have to let it go. Coming to that point, coming to that, you know, realization. I don't know if I'm saying it right because I mess up with words a lot. But coming to that point in life when you realize that I have to let this person go, as much as I love them, is the very first step. It's the very first step. Realizing that this person is not good for you. And it doesn't matter how well connected you are, how much you love them, or how much they love you, because sometimes that person that you're in a soul tie with, they do love you back. Sometimes they love you back, but for whatever reasons, you cannot be together. Whether it's destiny, whether they're highly toxic, or maybe you are toxic. You know, I feel like toxic relationships, there's got to be a level of toxicity in both partners. Okay? So, either way, coming to that determination is the first step. And I would say also being determined to let them go. Being determined to let them go is key. Because if you say, oh, I want to let them go, but they're still my person, and if there's a little spot in your mind that's still hanging on or waiting for them to come around, waiting for them to change, it's not going to happen, okay? So, the number one step is acknowledging that you have to let this person go and also being determined to let them go, not going back. And sometimes you're going to mess up because sometimes you say to yourself, and I've done it, I've been there. I've been recently there, okay? I've been there very recently. You acknowledge that this person is not good for me. This person is not good for me. I know that I have to let them go, but you're not ready. And that's natural. You feel like you might be ready and you may not be ready at the moment. So that's understandable, okay? You're not always going to go cold turkey and follow all of these steps back to back because it's a very strong connection. Intimacy is amazing. You cannot stop thinking about this person. It's become a habit to think about them, to say their name out loud, to wonder what are they up to. It's a habit, okay? When this is your person, when this is your twin flame, when this is your soulmate, you're going to have them ingrained in your system, okay? So to get them off your system, it's not going to happen this quick, okay? It's going to take time, okay? It's going to take time. So that was number one. Be ready to let them go and be determined to let them go. That's all in one, okay? Number two, you must create distance, and you must create distance physically and emotionally. Let's talk about physically first. As you guys already know, I am the block queen. Okay, I'm the block queen. I wasn't like this. I was one of those people where I would always say, I'm not gonna block people. Let them see me. Let them, or I'm strong enough to check up on them and be good. I was not like this, but with time, I have become the block queen. Okay, I am the blocking queen. I'm the blocking queen. If people are toxic, or maybe they're not toxic, because sometimes they're not toxic. Okay, sometimes we just need to block them in order to move on with our lives. Sometimes they're happy with their new wife, their new girlfriend, or even single. Sometimes they're not toxic. Sometimes we must block them so that we can move on. Okay? So, not just block them on social media. We have to block them in real life too. Okay? We need to block them in real life as well. Of course, it's very difficult when you have children with this person because there's got to be some type of, physical encounters. But I suggest that if this person is highly toxic and you're trying to cut, ties, soul ties with this person, at least for a period of time when you're feeling very vulnerable, very attached, very emotional, and you know that this person has no interest in you, or you know that this person is abusive, physically, emotionally, in any way, I would suggest to assign a third party. If you have children with this person that you're trying to cut ties with emotionally, I would assign a third party to make the exchanges, with the child. Try to not see this person as much as you can. Limit, if you don't have a third person, to make the exchange with the child, or you don't trust a third person to do this enough, then try to avoid being around them as much as you can. I know it's not always possible. Try to avoid it, okay? If you know that they're hanging out at a mutual friend's house or a restaurant, a hangout place, wherever, try not to go there because it's going to be impossible to cut a soul tie with a person that you have to see regularly. If you have to see them regularly, it's going to be very difficult to do this, okay? So that's number two. Create distance physically. Okay, so try not to see them physically. Emotionally, you also must create distance. And I know you're probably wondering, how do I do that? I'm about to tell you. So, like I said, block them on social media so you don't look at them because that affects you emotionally. That affects you emotionally. Every time that you pick up that phone, where's my phone at? I'm going to pretend I've done this. Okay, so that's how I know. Every time that you pick up that phone to look at that Instagram, to look at that Facebook, these are the few ways that you're gonna act, okay? A couple of ways that you act when you pick up that phone. to check on that ex or whomever. Look at him. He already got a new girl. What? She's not even all that. She is not better looking than me. He got married. Oh my God, he got married. And they had a baby. If you're a dude, because dudes don't really react like that. It's internal. If you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying because most of you have already lived it. You're checking up on them. You want to see what they're up to, and I get it. You care about this person. You love this person. It's almost, I'm not gonna say impossible, but it's very difficult to not check on your person. It's very difficult. I was gonna say baby, but that's not your baby. And that's really what we have to fight. The idea that that's not the only person who is going to give you these feelings. Okay? I'm gonna go over these things towards the end. Let me get through this. So another thing, part of number two, part of creating that emotional distance. If you are a music lover, if you love music, if you're a Libra like myself, and you love those old school R&B music, if you love those what's all those romantic songs, ballads, those slow, even country music too. If you know that certain music is going to make you romanticize that relationship, if you know that certain songs are going to make you think about this person, are going to get you to fall in love all over again, stop yourself. I've had to do that. Stop yourself. And I know that it's difficult because sometimes we connect with these people through music. Sometimes, if they dedicated a song to us, or we dedicated a song to them, or we play a song that reminds us of our times in high school or college when we worked together, whatever the situation may be. Sometimes as a way for us to feel closer to them through music. I know it's difficult, but if you know certain songs and certain music makes you think of these people, don't play them. Don't play. Just don't play them. And I know that is hard, and I'm sorry because I've had to do that. And the minute that I start playing those songs, I'm like, nope, hardcore rap. That's what we're gonna listen to. And I change it, and I shift, and I say, no, I'm not gonna listen to that. That's what I've been lately, or just no music at all. It's either, you know, hardcore rap or just other songs that all the type of music that is not going to put you into that sentimental, into that lovey-dovey, mood. We don't want to do that because that's taking 10 step back, 10 steps. Lord Jesus, editing in this video is going to be crazy. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to play those lovey-dovey songs that are going to take us 10 steps back. Okay. So that was number two, creating physical and emotional. Before, I got something I got to say. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me not get ahead of myself. If you know that drinking alcohol, if you know that being under certain substances is also going to make you text this person, email this person, call this person, and leave drunk messages. You already know what I'm going to say. Don't do that. Stay away from those substances. Stay away from alcohol. Anything that you know is going to make you want to reach out to this person, don't do it. That's why I said, step number one is being determined because you have to be determined not to do these things. And it's difficult. It's difficult because if you've had this soul tie for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, Lord Jesus, that's a very difficult thing to do. It's a habit to wake up and think about this person. It's a habit to go to sleep and think about this person. It's a habit to, like I said, think about this person throughout the day. So, like I said, this is going to take time, you guys, okay? Okay. Number 3, open yourself to new people. Open yourself to new people and new experiences. So, if you're like me and you're loyal to a person that you have a soul tie with, to the point where even though you're not together, even though you haven't been together, and other people try to get with you, other people write you, and you don't even check your emails. You don't even, I mean, not emails, your DMs. You don't even check your messenger on Facebook. I don't even check that stuff. Start checking. Start going through your DMs. Start going through your messengers, okay? Start, and I'm not saying speak to everybody and their mother. I'm not saying that. But if there's a guy or a girl that's writing you and you feel like they're attractive, give them a chance. Give them a chance. You might be honest and tell them, hey, I'm not ready for a relationship, but we can have a friendship. I know that I can offer a friendship for the time being. If they're really interested, they'll be open to a friendship. Okay? So start there. You don't have to answer to everybody that writes you. You don't have to, jump into relationships because I'm telling you that's not going to work. I've done it. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend getting into any relationship while you still have strong ties to somebody else. Some people may disagree, um, but I don't recommend it because I've done that trying to forget that person and it backfired. It backfired big time. But you can have, friendships, like I said, and get to know people. Who knows? Maybe this person might be your divine partner. Maybe that friendship will grow into something greater if you give it the chance. But first, you have to let go of that other person who's toxic, who doesn't want you, who has shown you they don't want you. And I know that it hurts, and I know that it's not easy, that it's difficult, but you need to be happy. You need to make yourself happy, okay? So let's move on to the 4th step. Unfortunately, and I'm not gonna ask, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, because this is not the message that I'm trying to send, okay? Unfortunately, sometimes in order to break a soul tie, it's necessary to go back. Again, I'm not telling you to go back. I'm not telling you to go back. But from experience, from what I have lived, sometimes all of the things that I mentioned don't work. Why? Because you need to go back. You need to reach out to this person. You need to start that relationship back over so that you can get hurt enough, mad enough, disappointed enough to get to a point where it's like, you know what? I am so done with this person. I love them, but I'm miserable. Sometimes it takes going back. And I'm not encouraging anybody to go back to a toxic partner. But like I said, unfortunately, sometimes it takes you going back so that you can really see that even though we have a strong connection, even though I believe this is my twin flame or my soulmate or whatever, we're not meant to be together. We're not meant to be together. This connection has drained me. This connection has robbed me of my joy, of many years of my life. Some people stay in these connections and they gain so much weight. because they're stress eating, stress eating, stress eating. That has happened to me. You either gain weight or you lose weight because the level of stress that these relationships put you through is crazy. And that's a sign that it's not healthy. It's not healthy to continue to save that relationship that, yes, it feels very strong and it feels, it fills you up in a way because you are aware that this is a special connection. You are fully aware that this is a very special connection and you don't want to let go because you've never felt that before. And you're so connected and you know that this connection is very powerful and you love them and you are beyond in love with this person. But sometimes the pain is too great. Staying, choosing, making the decision to stay connected to this person will literally kill you. It will drain everything. It will kill your spirit. It will take away your happiness. And I know because I've lived it. Both connections that I had were draining. They drained me completely. Any connection that makes you doubt your worth, that makes you doubt how beautiful you are, your qualities. Any connection that makes you feel like maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm not enough. It's a connection that you need to let go. Okay? It's not a healthy connection. Any connection that gives you anxiety is not a good connection. It's not worth saving. I've had to learn that the hard way. I've had to learn that the hard way. I'm still learning, but I know enough to know that sometimes these people that we're so connected to, that we feel like this is my person, I cannot let this person go. They're meant to be in our lives for a reason. And I know some people don't like to hear that, but sometimes we're not meant to be with these people. I know in my case, I know that I needed to be around these people because they were attached to my purpose. They were attached to my purpose. They were the reasons. Listen to this now. Both of these people were the reasons why I started doing YouTube. And I felt like, oh my God, I need to help these people that have never been with a narcissist, like I wasn't, right? And I need to help them because I didn't know anything about narcs. And I was in such a dark place and I felt so empty and so broken and so discouraged. And I wanted to help. I wanted to help other people. And I like making videos. Even before um, even before I met the narcissist, I was a video girl. I would, upload videos on my Facebook, on my personal page, because I didn't have Healing from a Narc. I didn't have a YouTube, but I liked making videos. I liked communicating. I'm not an extrovert. I'm really not. I can be a very shy person, to be honest with you, but I always felt comfortable in front of the camera. So I always made videos. So again, I'm not gonna go on and on and on about me. I needed to go through, this is what I believe, to go through what I went through in these relationships so that I really learned how to love myself. Learn how to love myself, started, you know, understanding what am I here for, God? What am I here for? Those two people, believe it or not, answered my questions because I studied psychology and I got a bachelor's degree in psychology. And yes, I love psychology. And yes, I was interested in learning about people, communicating, understanding the mind. That was a passion for me. But once I was done with it, I didn't know what to do after that because I didn't want to be a psychologist after the fact. When I was done, I'm like, I don't want to be a psychologist. What did I do? Oh my God. And now I got to pay these loans back. Anyhow, I say all of that to say this. Sometimes these people that we have these toxic relationships with guide us into understanding ourselves, into loving ourselves, into understanding our worth, knowing that this is not what I want. Sometimes we think this is what I want. This is my person. This is what I want. Yes, yes, yes. And you're all excited thinking that this is the person that I want. And then life is like, no, no. And that's so difficult to face because once you convince your mind that this is it, I've found the love of my life. You want to stick to that. Everybody wants to stick to what's familiar, to what feels good, even if it hurts us, because love can be so blinding. These toxic relationships make us feel good, really good. Ecstasy, this high, this great vibes in the beginning. It's always good in the beginning. It's great in the beginning. And it's like we remember that, you know, vibe, that attraction. We remember the good stuff. And that's why we hold on, right? We hold on because we know that these people can be great. They can be amazing. And then we try to block the bad things. We try to block the ways in which they show us that they're not good for us. In some cases, they may love us, like I said. In some cases, they may love us back. But what good is that love if they don't make the decision, if they don't make the choice to be faithful, to acknowledge that some people don't even acknowledge that you are their spiritual partner. They don't want to even acknowledge that you're their twin flame, that you're their soulmate. And everyone has willpower. If that person does not see that there's something deeper within that connection with you, if they don't see it, if they don't acknowledge it, if they don't respect it, if they want to turn the other way, what other option do you have? Your only option is to cut ties. Your only option is to cut ties when you see that the person that you have a soul tie with does not want to acknowledge that you're special. They don't want to respect it. They act like they don't see, and they feel it. Because let me tell you, they feel it. When you have a soul tie with a person, they feel it. They know that there's something special about you. That connection is powerful as heck. You're not alone in this. The thing is, everyone has willpower, and you may want to give into that connection. You may acknowledge it, and you may see it for what it is, but that other person does not want to see it, does not want to be faithful, and they just want to play games with you. Okay? And like I said in my last video, they want to put you in their back pocket for later. Oh, I know I have him. I know I have her right here. If I need her later, I'll get her. Oh, I'm bored today. Let me call such and such. Sometimes that's what some people do. They know they have a special connection with you, but they're so sure about your love and your willingness to love that person, to be loyal, to be there, to you're open to it. You acknowledge it, you respect it. You are the type of person who's not afraid to love, and you're just, you're just a loving, giving person, and you're open to it, and you're not afraid of loving. If anything, you invite it with arms wide open, and they're the total opposite. There, a lot of people are afraid of those connections. A lot of people will love you, and the connection is so powerful. They know that you have power over them, and they run the other way because they say, I'm not going to let this person have this much power over me. Some people are so afraid of that connection between you two that they'll run away. Understanding that there's a connection there, that there's a powerful spiritual connection. They are unwilling to stick around. They will give you their behind to kiss, and they will hurt you because they do not want to be committed. They don't want to be held down. They don't want a person to have power over them. They refuse to be with you. Plain and simple. They refuse to give you the love and respect that you deserve. They don't want to give you that place in their life. So you've put him on a pedestal. You have put her on a pedestal, but they're not going to do the same for you. They haven't. And if they haven't for many years, it's very unlikely that they're going to look back and be like, now I'm ready. And honestly, if they do turn around 20, 25 years later, do you even want that? Do you even want that after they have lied, cheated, used and manipulated you, played mind games? Do you want to be that? Do you want to be that piece of gum that they save in their back pocket? I don't think you do. I don't think anybody wants to be that. I don't think anybody wants to be that little piece of candy or whatever analogy you want to use, that a person wants when they're old and tired and they played around and now they're like, I know such and such adores me. I know he or she has now moved on with their lives. Let me go back over there. I'm broke, I'm old, my wee doesn't work anymore. Let me go back. You don't want to be that. I know you don't want to be that, and you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be that last option that this person has. That, you cannot love someone so much to where you are willing to spend years of your life being unhappy, lonely, waiting on this person, not giving other people the opportunity to give you life. We're here to be happy. We are here to be happy. And if you clicked on this video and you're watching this video because you need to cut a soul tie that's more likely than not killing you, draining you, causing you to eat like crazy because you have this anxiety that you cannot get rid of because you don't understand how this person that you are connected to, and you know it and you feel it, and they don't want to do anything about it. You need to let that go, baby. And I'm talking to you, and I'm repeating something that I've repeated to myself many times because, as I said, this is something that I've had to deal with and I'm still dealing with. It's not easy. I'm not going to say, follow these steps and you're going to be happy and you're going to find your soulmate. This quick. No. But you're not going to find your divine partner, the person who God brought to you so that you can do life with this person. It's one thing to be connected with a person emotionally, spiritually, you know, and that person doesn't see you, doesn't want to do life with you. And another thing is to have a person that wants to do life with you. They're ready to do life with you. Cuff me up, honey. Put those cuffs on me. I'm ready to do life with you, baby. That's what you need. A partner that reminds you, baby, did you take your pills? Baby, how was your day? I'm at work. I was thinking about you. You need that. You don't need a person that you know you're connected to, but that person refuses to do life. And not just, a cycle of toxicity, because you can do life with a person and it's hell. And you're still doing life, but you're doing a miserable sentence. And this applies to a narcissist and non-narcissist. Because like I always say, there's a lot of toxic people who are not narcs, and you will do a life sentence where you're going to be miserable, but you're stuck on, this soul tie and you don't want to let go because it feels good sometimes. You want to do life with a person who's going to bring you flowers and who's going to make you happy, who's going to bring you food. And you don't have to think about what is going to happen next week. She's being good to me today, but I don't know about tomorrow. And, you have this anxiety going on. I'm not talking about that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing life with a person who's going to bring you joy, who's going to probably, make you gain a little bit of weight, but it's happy weight. And he loves you anyway, and it doesn't matter. And the same thing goes for you guys. You want a woman that's going to love you, whether you have 100K in the bank or not, whether you're a plumber or a businessman, whether you're a bagger at a supermarket. You want a woman who's going to love you for you and want to do life with you and wake up to you and make you happy. And that is your divine partner who you're meant to do life with and be happy with. But as long as you're doing life and you are tied to this other person, that person's going to bring you down. And you're going to be miserable. You're going to be unhappy. And you're going to have anxiety. And you're going to suffer from depression. And that's not to say that everyone that has depression is with a partner who is toxic, because I know that some people don't. But when you're with a toxic person, you're more likely to suffer from actual health conditions, okay? That's very possible. Because being unhappy internally affects your body externally. It affects you in every way. Sleepless nights, like I said, appetite, it either increases crazy or decreases. You're not eating, you're not sleeping. It's difficult to be happy because you're thinking about this person and that relationship is killing you. That connection is killing you. If you're listening to this and you're connected to a person who is refusing to see your worth, who is refusing to see that there's something special within you, forget the connection. They refuse to see you for who you are and your value, and you're stressed out. Please let that go. How long have you been holding on to this person? How long have you been miserable, anxious, wondering, listening to tarot readings, psychic readings. And how do I know that? Because I've been there. These people will make you go cuckoo in the head because you're looking for every bit of hope, every bit of hope that you can find to see what's going to happen, because I know that this person is special and I know that our connection is special. I know your pain. I know the person that's for you, your divine partner, is not going to have you calling psychics. You're not going to be, listening to YouTube readers, right? Because you're going to know. You're going to know that this person wants to be with you because they're going to show you. They are going to show you. You're not going to need a psychic, honey. You're not going to need a tarot reading. You're not going to need nobody to confirm, because that person is going to confirm it on a daily basis. And you're going to walk around being happy, like, yes, I know my baby loves me. I know my baby loves me. And listen to this before I go, because I know I've talked a lot. I knew this was going to be a long video, okay? I knew this was going to be a long video. I just knew it. Before I go, once you find that person that makes you happy, that got you smiling all day, looking at your phone like this, and everything starts going great around you, your career, your finances, because when you're happy, your vibe is different. Everything starts shifting. Everything starts going your way. Life just gets better. Even if things don't get better financially or otherwise, your attitude changes. You're in a better mood. Once you get to that point where you found your boo, your real boo, okay? Your life partner, the one that wants to do life with you. Wake up to make you happy, everything's going great. You are in heaven. Once you get to that place, listen to me. Once you get to that place and you found your person, everything is amazing. Don't you let that same person who ignored you, didn't want you, did not want to see the connection. Don't let that person back in your life. Don't do it. You will regret it. How do I know? Because I've been there. Don't let that person back in your life. They're going to come back and they're going to do the same thing. They don't see the connection. They're going to ignore you. They're going to act like they don't see you. They're going to go back to the same patterns because they were meant to be a lesson. They were meant to be a lesson. Every twin flame, every soulmate, and I'm going to do a video on that. They're not meant to be with you forever. They're not meant to do life with you forever. A lot of them are just lessons that you needed to learn. I know some people are going to disagree with me. That's okay. I'm talking from experience. I've lived this. I'm talking because I know. The minute these people see that you're happy and everything is going well, you're making more money, you're looking better, because once you get away from the people, you lose the weight or you gain the weight. You're just better. You're just better all around because your mind is clearer. You've killed that illusion, the fog. You're out of that, and you're in a better place. They're gonna want to come back around. I didn't see it. I love you now. I'm so sorry. To mess your life up again and get you back into the confusion and the game playing and the manipulation. People who really love you, people who see your value, they're gonna show you. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to show you the first time around. I'm not saying that people don't change, because some people do. But I don't want anyone to feel like you are the last option. I don't want you to be the last option that a person has because they think that they know that you're going to be there. And they're taking advantage of your love. Don't be that person, okay? Be the person that says, you know what? I did it. I tried it. I loved you. I did the best that I could do, and you walked away from me. You ignored me. You didn't see me. And I don't want nobody to be bitter, be angry. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We're not doing the bitter and the angry. We're not doing the bitter and the angry. We're going to work on ourselves. We're going to do these things that I mentioned. Let go. Be determined to let go. Create distance physically and emotionally. Open yourself to new people. Check those DMs. Check those messengers, messages and messenger. And if you need to, and if you really need to, if you do those things and you feel like I'm still, and if you need to go back, if you feel like your spirit is telling you go back because those people are going to do the same thing. They are who they are. If you feel like you need to go back, I'm telling you, my spirit told me that. My spirit told me, my spirit, spirit, my ancestors, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, guided me to go back, go back. No, go back. Go back and see what's over there. Go back and check what's over there. Sometimes you got to go back. Again, I'm not telling you to go back to an abusive person who has hit you, put hands on you. You know, I'm not telling you to go back to a person who has put your life in danger. Don't do that to yourself. Never do that. But sometimes something will tell you, let's try it. Let's try a third time. Just so that you can see, I can't do this. I cannot do this anymore. Not one more day. I'm done. This is it. I refuse to be ignored. I refuse to be, disrespected. I refuse to not be acknowledged for who I am and my power and my value. I refuse to keep giving someone so much energy to a person who's giving me zero. You're going to see it for yourself. You're going to see it for yourself. For those of you who still are refusing to cut ties, I wish you all the best. Again, I know this is not easy, but the longer you hold on to these people who refuse to see your value, the longer that it's going to take for you to find your baby, your divine partner, the person who's going to love you in the way that you deserve and make you happy. It's your choice. Ultimately, it's your choice. You either do life with a person who makes you miserable and you won't be happy and you won't look your best and you won't feel your best. Nothing, excuse me, I have not eaten anything. My stomach is growling. I'm about to eat after this video. So if you hear anything, I did not fart. Okay, I'm sorry. That was my belly. Okay, and I'm not gonna edit that out. No, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, that was my video for today. I apologize. It's almost an hour long. I cannot believe I talked this long. Well, I can't believe it. I can talk. I can. That's why I'm doing YouTube, because I can talk. Okay, my loves, that was my video for today. I love, 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 love you all. Take care of yourselves. Guard your heart. Protect your energy, okay? Try to be around people that give you that good energy back. Okay, that's what we need. Good energy, love, acceptance, all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk anymore. I've talked enough. I love you guys. I will see you guys next week. Bye bye. Happy Halloween.